not about to put all of that out there like, oh, my third eye is open, I'm so woke. And no, it's okay to be who you are. And it's okay for me to be who I am.
Exactly.
There's differences if who you are is completely ignorant, oblivious, you're doing things that are detrimental to us as a community, then we can talk about it. But if you're a conscious person, number one, we got to hold each other accountable.
That's more important. Yeah.
We have to hold each other accountable to all the things that we're doing if what we're doing is wrong. If you're a conscious man and you're in the community sleeping down with everybody and you out running around, but you like, oh, this person was a queen, so I had to treat her like this. But this other black woman, she wasn't a queen,
She's not a queen,
she wasn't a queen, so I had to do this. No, we gotta hold you accountable too. You get what I'm saying? We have to hold everybody accountable for their actions. Just the same as if you say you're a conscious woman and I see you out in the street and you have one, I'm not gonna say scandalous clothes, but you're disrespecting yourself or you're talking crazy in the street in front of elders or certain stuff. It's like, oh, excuse me, let me talk to you for a second. We gotta work on this.
Right.
Because we are a reflection of each other. At the end of the day. When I see some people when they acting crazy in the street, or I see kids on a bus acting crazy, it breaks my heart. Because I'm like, we are a reflection of each other.
Yeah.
And as conscious people, we can't be sitting here and be at war with the people from the hood. We are the people in the hood. We gotta talk to our own people. We have to talk to each other. And people are afraid because they're separating. They're doing exactly like you said. They're doing exactly what the church did. The church was supposed to come in the community and grow the community. People have came into the community and isolated themselves from the teenagers on the corner. You notice that you got churches on the corner and corner stores on the opposite corner with people selling drugs. How is that possible? That your church people are passing your drug dealers and going inside church. You know what I'm saying? It's like we decided that we can't decide that we're dividing ourselves. And saying, okay, these people aren't woke, so we're gonna leave them over here. We're not gonna help them grow. We're not gonna elevate their minds. But we're woke, so we're gonna go on this side. And we gonna do what we gotta do, and we gonna hope they catch up later.
Exactly.
It's like that's not the movement.
That's selfish.
That's selfish. That is not the way to do it.
And that's on some self-righteous stuff because I know 90% of us was not always awake. Let's be real.
Let's be very honest.
Be real.
Some of y'all are still not.
You was exactly. So who are you to look down on somebody else? Because they might still eat swine, or they might still, you know what I mean? Like whatever.
Work on educating each other. Like literally, me and Idra was talking earlier, and Idra was like, "Yo, you know about blah blah blah? Do you read up on this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not, I'm on my way to getting there, but I didn't get there yet. And she was just like, yo, we gotta get there. Yeah. That's the point. It's about encouraging.
That's right.
I can't look down at her like my mom asked me, oh, what's her background? I'm like, yo, I don't know what she is. She considers herself black.
Right.
That's all I need to know for the rest of the day. That's all I need to know. So it's just like about identifying the fact that, number one, we're conscious people. Number two, being conscious has layers, it has levels, and there's so much of our history that we can never know in its entirety, but we are in the process of learning, and we need to constantly learn every day. And I have to check myself because she held me accountable earlier. Okay, look, this is what you're trying to do, but do you read this? Nah, I didn't read that. Oh, okay, but you need to read that. I'm held accountable now, so I have to. But
this is little sis right here. Like, I didn't know she was 20 years old. Like she's a youngin'. Like, look at her. Like, you need to read a book. Like,
you need to read a book. Don't go nowhere for the rest of the day. Read a book. Stay home. Don't go out. Matter of fact, because we holding each other accountable. No, but it's crazy because it's important that we really destroy these standards of Willie Lynch that we walking around with. Some people still. I mean, my family came from the Lynch name. We still walking around with that. It's years later. What's going on? Let's change this. Right. But it's like all about identifying, and I've been saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying this, and you're gonna keep hearing it on the channel. It's all about identifying the fact that we are constantly evolving. Nothing is going to stay the same. That's the only thing I'm sure of in life is that we are constantly changing. Constantly. And part of that change is educating yourself, identifying who you are, standing in your truth, standing in the light, and living in that. Who you are and who I am, we can be completely different people. But if we're gonna claim a title, or if we're gonna claim a community, or if we're gonna claim a mission, then we need to be about that mission 100%.
Exactly.
And live our life in that mission.
Exactly.
I've been trying to eat better. Since January.
We all have.
We've been trying to get right since January. It's all about that accountability. It's all about understanding, okay.
And it's a process.
It's a process. Like you were saying, I was like, yo, I feel horrible. Like, I can't say that I'm this person, but if some jerk pork passed me, I'm gonna tear that sucker up. Like, I really have to hold myself accountable. And I appreciate the other people who hold me accountable. My vegan friends, my vegetarian friends who may come out with me every once in a while. And they're like, oh, you gonna eat that? It's all about taking those steps, taking those strides, because there's not one look to something. There's not one look to being conscious, and conscious is not a religion.
Right.
It's not a religion. The whole purpose of the conscious community was to go against the fact that religion was dividing us.
Right.
Now we're letting consciousness divide us. How can you allow knowledge to divide you? The purpose of knowledge is to educate. It's to continue to educate. But we bash people. This girl came on Indra's post one day and she was just like bashing. She came under my post one day and was bashing.
Right, I forgot all about
and I had to really message her. We need to hold each other accountable. I had to defend Indra and say, look, you don't agree with her because this is her opinion. She thinks that the black woman is God. She thinks that we are crown royalty. She thinks that, and she knows this. Based on history, based on the same knowledge based on
science,
based on science, based on things that were found. Archaeologists found this evidence. This is knowledge that is there, but we don't look for it.
Right.
We have to hold each other accountable. I had to jump on that post and I said, look, we're not beefing. You're my sister. If you want to go out to lunch, we can meet up and go out to lunch and talk about this. We didn't link up yet. She sleep on me. I hope she watched the channel. It's all love. It's all love, sis. But I said, no, we gotta meet up. We gotta sit down and we gotta talk. Because I'm like, I don't necessarily agree with all of her posts.
Right.
But I don't have the knowledge to disagree with it. So until I have the knowledge, until I identify with it myself, okay, I read this. Here's where we are. Let's educate each other. Let's debate on this. Let's figure out how this is true, where this is true, and rise up in that.
And just for the record, just for the record, anything that I post, I have no problems with communicating, having a conversation, asking questions, dialogue about. I try not to be disrespectful, but at the end of the day, I'm for my people. Mm-hmm. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everything else. I'm for my people. That's why
what it's all about.
I post. Yeah. That's why I talk about the things that I talk about, because I'm here to wake people up. So sometimes they can be a little extreme. But I bet you're going to remember that and you're like, oh, let me look that up. Or, let me have that conversation with that person. Or, that's what it's about.
Have these conversations.
Have to.
I had to privately message the girl and I'm like, look, I don't got a problem with you.
Right.
But my issue is your delivery.
Right.
If you have a disagreement with somebody's beliefs, that's fine. We got to hold each other accountable. If you think this person is saying something and they're not living in their truth, it's okay. Hold these people accountable, but have a conversation. Be open to the responses. Be open to the conversation. But we're not going to attack everybody because that's not constructive. The whole part is to be constructive and productive. Those two words are the way that we build. You can't build if you want to tear everything down.
Exactly.
You didn't even check to see if there was a foundation left. We have to make sure that we are doing things the right way. And it's crazy because sometimes I'm like, man, I did not ask to be in a position where people are going to look up to me, or in a position where I'm going to be speaking on certain things.
Right.
I didn't want to be in this situation.
Right.
But
with that responsibility,
it comes a lot. And we have to take ownership of that. Just like we've been losing a lot lately, we're starting to win. Mm-hmm. And you see the turnaround because we got artists, Travis Little, we got Loaf Music, we got Oshun NYC, we have artists that we can keep going, Audible Chocolate, we got all these people that we could just name drop right now. And this is our underground artists, let alone our mainstream, talking about these issues, bringing up the fact that we got Kwasim. We got these people bringing up the fact that melanin is power. Young Paris.
Yes.
We got these people bringing up the fact, Badilla Moon. And the Eclipse. We have these people bringing up the fact that we are melanated people. We have power. We're utilizing this power. We're about to take flight with this power. We're about to go. This is our year of manifestation.
That's right. Number 9, baby.
This is our year. And everybody left, right, and center who is dead, who are walking time bombs, who are zombies, are waking up
Wake up.
They are waking up.
Yes. Wake up.
And the point of the conversation is that because we are waking up right now, we need to, as a community, get together and say, okay, number 1, we got all these projects. We got Melanin Project, Appreciate Black, MLNNNYC, Team Melanin. We got all these Melanin projects. Amazing. We're all on the same mission. Let's get together.
Right.
It's not individual anymore. This is beyond us. We are trying to get the next generation to be insane.
Yeah.
We're trying to have us hit levels of pride that we haven't seen since the Cosby Show, A Different World, and all the other shows. We trying to hit it on that level because we need it. We had the pride then. We lost it for a few years. We started getting a little off and trying to help other people out. Oh, let me pick this person up. Y'all know how that happened.
Yeah.
And we weren't focusing on being selfish. We weren't focusing on building our own. And right now we're getting back to a time where we're being selfish. We're focusing on building our own.
Right.
And that is imperative. Because in order for us to move up, we have to move up within ourselves.